that I forced, really.
It wasn't really forced.
But it works.
But it did happen.
It did happen.
It did happen.
It still won't live up to the neighborhood.
That
was still the best one.
It was, but nobody knew about the neighborhood like that.
Shoutouts to neighbor who is the hood.
That's true. Zan was the neighbor.
Shoutouts to Zan. Miss that guy. Big man.
Big man. Big fan of the big man.
Some people just don't even know. They're like, who's Zanzi? And it's like, if you knew him, you'd know. They're like, do I know him? And I'd be like, you'd know.
Who's Zanzi? Well, if you look up, just angle your head back.
If you had every human being in a crowd
70 degrees.
and you went top down, you'd find him pretty quick.
Yeah. Man.
What if the
stacked event.
The two best designed characters in Smash Ultimate with two of my favorite players to watch going up against each other. This is as good as it gets.
This is definitely where we see good Smash.
This is, when I think Smash Ultimate, I think this exact set is what I think of.
These are definitely two characters that are very capable of playing with each other or at each other. And that's where we determine whether or not it's good Smash. It's because it could be two players playing at each other and having a bad time, or two players playing with each other. And just based on who's playing, I feel like we're going to see a set with players playing with each other.
I mean, you know what it is that AZ is like 80% play with you and 20% play at you.
Yeah.
And Jonhy is like 70% play at you and 30% play with you.
Yeah.
I was thinking 60 or 70. I'm going to lean 70 because his punish game is so fun to watch.
Jonhy, everyone thinks about like the flash at you when he's hitting the combo, when he's doing the thing holding forward, but so much of Johnny's gameplay is, I'm going to be over here. I'm going to wait for you to do something stupid over there, and then I'm coming in.
And I'm going to be moving the entire time.
Exactly.
Like, I'm just going to be fluttering all over the place, and then you made a mistake, you tacked the wrong way. Titatuita.
Regrettable. Unfortunate for you. Man, scoops right below the nair.
So many people would just hold forward and drift towards the ledge there. Jonhy jumping straight up to not get drop zone nared and then getting right back to the stage.
Yeah. This historically, at least in my opinion, has been one of Wolf's tougher matchups among the top tiers.
Especially against ones that don't feel like they should be crazy hard.
Right. It's one of the matchups where Wolf actually feels like he can't take huge advantage of his range, because even though they're playing close to each other, you're playing close to each other against a disjoint. The speed of Roy is pretty difficult to contest, and especially the safety. When he starts knocking at that shield, you are stuck.
I think, and Wolf does not have good out-of-shield options to begin with either, right?
Right.
And I feel like that does go into a lot of, like, yeah, they play at a similar range. Wolf can potentially be a little bit safer, right, because he's got more air acceleration. He can drift in and out better. But Roy, like you said, he's got speed, he's got safety, he's got raw power. It's tough for Wolf, right, to compete with something like that.
Right. It's harder for Wolf to throw out a stray move that just connects and kills somebody like he can in some other matchups where, like, oh, I'll just throw out some back airs, it'll be fine. You're going to get your toes clipped.
And part of that is because Roy's always on the ground and very low to the ground, and that's what we've seen Jonhy doing, making life hell for AZ. And now it's just one stray aerial away from Jonhy, a back air, probably even a forward air can do it. Like, he's out of combo range. That's how one hit away it is, and he's just going to keep on swinging. You rolled into him, and Jonhy just moving over that game one a bit.
And when you're going up against a character who has such a heavy strength in like the speed department, speed and power coming straight at you, I feel like you as Wolf, because he's more of a well-rounded character, you kind of pick what direction you're going to play towards. You as Wolf probably should be leaning a little bit heavier on the defense, but that's really hard against a character that's flying at you. That would be your first thought, right, is lean heavily on the defense. I think sometimes tossing out some lasers a little bit more than you might normally will be great, because Roy can't short hop over them. He has to commit to a full hop, and that puts him in a weird spot. However, I think the other thing you need to do is position yourself so you can proactively air-to-air Roy. Catch him when he's jumping with your nair or your fair. So you have to basically make a lot of reads correctly.
As fast as his aerials are, yours are just about as fast as Wolf as well. And like you said, I mean, what's normally an advantage in this matchup for Roy, which is that he's a fast faller, he's very close to the ground a lot of the time, even when he's jumping, right? You can use that laser to really lock down that movement and make him play a slower game with you, where you can then look for those air-to-airs and you just kind of have to dance around that constantly. And, you know, AZ's just, I think, a lot better at fighting an air-to-air game straight up against people. And that's part of what makes this matchup really hard. for Wolf against Roy. As you know, Jonny's getting out to the lead again, but Roy's a fast faller. Wolf actually likes comboing floaties more than he likes comboing fast fallers, in my experience.
Yeah, it's pretty strange the way that works out. Just where he launches is not usually fortuitous.
And the positions that he hits with his hitboxes, but get close. But Jonny's recoveries have been phenomenal. Jeez.
Oh yeah, he's got the schmicks. Oh, and he's locking AZ down. What a read. That's the thing. You just have to make those calls. As the Wolf player, you have to make the read on the air dares, make the read on the jump ins.
Rinsing blow on the forward smash as well. But yeah, no, you have to make reads. It's tough to be active without your opponent being the one to give you a mistake that you can do anything with, right? It's hard to force them out of a Roy player. Again, Jonny been playing very well with that kind of information, understands how to play this matchup, but there's AZ using the movement, which again, Wolf not necessarily the fastest all the time, but has really good mix to his movement, and I feel like that's the way you're going to open up Roy a lot.
Right, his initial dash is still pretty good. His air movement is really good for making those slight adjustments on the fly. Trying to call Jonny jumping out of the corner, but he was jumping straight at AZ with the attack. Again, you have to call those air dares.
Jonny's doing such a good job of reacting to this DI, too. You saw, like, normally people would just do nair into nair with Roy, and he would have sour spotted the second one, and AZ could get a hit in return. But Jonny did a forward air. He read the DI out. On the second one, I think, honestly, probably reacted to it as well. The second time he got that nair, he realized, okay, you're drifting away, DI out, so I can't do anything, and I'm just going to stand here on stage and reset the situation, because I don't get anything here.
Jonny doing such a good job of setting up that pressure, both positionally and once he finally locks AZ down, hitting that shield with the safest of aerials. What is a Wolf to do?
Just about nothing, it seems. AZ just having a really hard time getting anything started. Ledge trapping could work out for him, but a trade on the forward tilt second one, still not enough to blast zone the Roy Nair. Sends the wrong way! AZ can't catch a break!
Literally nothing going right here.
Woo!
Finally, dash attack will send flying. Look, AZ's got a lot of rage, a lot of hopes and dreams. Can they convert to something here? And
it
doesn't.
But it's not enough.
Still got a dream. But Jonny is looking at just about half of the moves available to him to close it out, and that was certainly one you'd expect to see a jab conversion to finish it off. Jonny looking so smooth for a kid who I haven't seen play since like last July.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been, but it's been